I'm Gary, I'm 45. I'm married to Carol for nearly 22 years. We have two children, Jacob and Jessica, who I call Pinky and Perky, and they're both 19. I'm nobody special. I'm just a lorry driver. I left school with no qualifications, and for me, one of the biggest things for me about actually starting this process was that I wasn't degree trained, and all that's been pushed to one side because deep down in my heart I knew that God was calling me, and all the obstacles that I've come up against, it's just kept me going forward. I first thought that I had a vocation to the priesthood when I was asked to move some chairs. I was asked to turn up on Monday night to help out. When I got there, the priest who had organised me to be there wasn't there, but the head server was, and he took me into the choir vestry, and there hanging up was a cassock, a red cassock and a white cotter, and he says, "That's for me." And it was one of those surreal moments where I was quite scared at the time to look that the priest thought there was something more in me, and it took the actual head server a good 25 minutes for me to put this red cassock on, because if you look at me in a red cassock and a white beard, I'd look like Santa. So but he and as I was putting on this cassock, there was quite a bit of hysteria really, because I was laughing, I was scared, but as soon as I closed the last button, all the giggleness stopped, and it was felt that for the first time in my life I'd belonged. For me, growing up in care, it was a lovely moment, because it felt like God had actually gave me this armour of this new clothes I can actually put on, and that's probably the first time I realised that God was calling me. I didn't really know which direction at the time, but I knew God was calling me to a different purpose in my life. My friends and family wasn't shocked at all, really, about me searching for my vocation, to see if I had got a call into the priesthood, because I've grown up in care. Really, I don't really have a solid connection with my siblings as where I ought to, because I've actually been taken away from them. So really, for me, my family is really my church family and my friends, because actually I've spent more time over the last 20 years with a lot of people from church, and so for me, my family really are people in Christ. My hope for the future is to try and be a really good priest, and be a caring priest, and a person of the people, really. And hopefully that will lead me to full-time ministry instead of part-time ministry.